Hello my friends, Mr. Jelly here, all alone. It feels kind of weird to make a video alone again. But we decided that we would do our movies for dummies alone now, except when our team member or whatever isn't ready to do these things alone. But we decided to do it alone most of the time because we want to give you more information, because this is really information based and we don't need a second opinion or on whatever. It's just pure information so you can enjoy a movie without, you know, being like, what the fuck am I watching? What is happening? Not knowing what's going on. Now, today I'm going to talk about X-Men Apocalypse, but before I go into that, I want to say something more technical. We all have exams, big tests at the end of the year, blah blah blah, whatever you call them. So a lot of the videos that are coming are pre-recorded. I'm sorry, we won't be able to watch X-Men Apocalypse directly or Alice in Wonderland or whatever, because school still comes at the first place. I hope you guys understand, and we will definitely watch them after our exams are done and give our reviews on it. We just will be a little bit later than most of the other channels, so feel free to check them out elsewhere and then maybe check them out with us afterwards. So, X-Men Apocalypse. I'm going to talk about characters, a little story about how it developed to X-Men Apocalypse from First Class starting, because I don't feel like the three first stories were as important to this new X-Men timeline. And then I'm gonna try to predict what I think will definitely happen in X-Men Apocalypse. Now, first, I'm gonna talk about important characters. We start off with Apocalypse, of course. Apocalypse in the comics is the first mutant that ever existed. He's also the strongest because he keeps, how to say it, updating himself. He comes from the time of the Egypt empires and that stuff, so he's really old. And he has powers like mental powers, like Professor X, super strength, and you know, you find a power in the X-Men universe, he will probably have it. Then we go to our bold friend, who will be bold in this movie, finally. Professor X, he's a mind reader. He's also the leader of the X-Men. He also can control minds, so he can do a lot of mind tricks. So, we all know Professor X, the guy in the wheelchair that's bold and really wise, and that stuff. And then we go to the four horsemen. Now, who are the horsemen of Apocalypse? Those are the four warriors, or whatever you call it, that he chooses to rise at his side. We all know the myth of Apocalypse and the four horsemen and blah blah blah. That's what they are bringing back in this storyline. And now the four horsemen are Magneto, Archangel, Storm, and Psylocke. Why did I first talk about Professor X? Because I feel like he's so important. I mean, he's a leader of the X-Men, and I'm gonna talk about the other X-Men later. But now first, the four horsemen. At first we got Magneto. We all know Magneto by now, by the old movies, by the new movies. He can bend magnetic thingies, so he can basically control everything that is metal or iron or magnetic or whatever. He's really strong, and yeah, he's as old-ish as Professor X, and he's his arch enemy and also his friend, but we know about those two already. Then we got Archangel. He's also going to be a horseman. Archangel is actually called Angel. The only power that he has is that he can fly with his angel wings, but Apocalypse upgrades him. I think maybe he's gonna upgrade Magneto too, to have greater powers or whatever. But he upgrades Archangel. In the comics he gets like these metal wings that have several weapons and powers and whatever. We will see what they do with it in the movie, of course. Then we got Storm, which I was really sad that she's gonna be one of the Four Horsemen, because she's actually one of my favorite X-Men. She can control the weather. She's probably gonna get enhanced by Apocalypse 2, because that's kind of his thing, to enhance his horseman to assure that he wins. Let's say it like that. So she can control the weather. She's in some stories even the wife of T'Challa, Black Panther. That's just a fun fact, because it's never gonna happen with Fox and Disney Marvel not working together or whatever. And then the last one, Psylocke. I didn't really know her, so I had to do some research about her, I'm gonna be honest. Psylocke is a mutant with telekinetic powers. And yeah, well, we saw from the trailer she's a very badass fighter. I don't know anything else to say what to say about her, but she looks pretty cool to me, if you ask me. So those are the Four Horsemen. Now, the new X-Men that are confirmed and in the movie or whatever. First we got, of course, Beast, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't like the Beast that we saw since First Class, but okay, that's my opinion. He basically started off with having monkey-ish hands, and then experimenting on himself to make himself better, normal again, not mutant, but just human. But yeah, it ended up making him blue and furry and a beast. Then we got Jean. Yeah, what can I tell you about Jean? I mean, she was the center of the old X-Men movies. She's said to be the strongest mutant ever. I don't know about that. I don't really think we should define one as the strongest, but okay, she's pretty cool. Her power is that she can just move everything. She can control everything, not only minds. She can also move everything and be like, what? So she's like a greater combination of Professor X and Magneto, if you ask me. But I don't know how far they will take her powers in these new movies, of course. Then we got Cyclops, good old Cyclops. His powers are laser eyes. He needs to wear sunglasses to control his powers. And yeah, that's basically what he is. Oh, and he's Jean's boyfriend in a lot of stories. So I think that's gonna be the case here too. Then we got several other characters, which I don't know if they will be X-Men or not. We got Mystique. She's a shapeshifter. We already met her in the previous movie. She can transform in every human or to look like them and have a voice like them, and she can just blend in everywhere. Then we got Nightcrawler. He's like a blue devil person. We already saw him in the original 3 X-Men. And we saw a version-ish of him in First Class. So he can teleport everywhere, and he looks badass. I mean, he's blue, he's a demon, and he can teleport. How cool is that? And then probably my favorite character. He wasn't my favorite character in the MCU, but in here he definitely is. It's Quicksilver. I really like what they're doing with the Quicksilver of the X-Men universe. I mean, if you saw that scene in X-Men Days of Future Past with the bullets, it was awesome. And it's said to be that there is even going to be a greater scene with his showing off his speed. So I'm really looking forward to it. So like I said, he's a speedster. He's said not to be as fast as the Flash, but I mean, who's faster than the Flash? He's also the son of Magneto. Maybe that's a cool thing to mention as well. But I don't. He says it in the trailer. I know that, but I don't know if he will be evil or good or whatever. He might be an X-Men. He might not be. So I'm not putting him with the X-Men. So those are the characters I want to talk about. And now the stories that lead up to Apocalypse. First we got X-Men First Class. Well, in First Class we get introduced to this new cast. I honestly didn't directly know that this would be a reboot for the X-Men universe. I thought this was just gonna be a prequel. because they wanted more cash out of their property of the X-Men that was so popular. But it was a good movie. It was a good start. You get to meet the first version of the X-Men, the G-Men, I thought they were called. You see how Magneto and Professor X got enemies, and they put some history in their movies, which was really cool. You see the Cuban, how to say it, war, whatever, when the Soviets were almost in American waters, so there would be a nuclear war with back in the time with John F. Kennedy. Then we go to, we got the Wolverine movie, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I think the Wolverine is not very important to this universe. I mean, I love Wolverine. I'm a huge Hugh Jackman fan. I'm a big Hugh Jackman fan. And yeah, his movies are good, except for Wolverine Origins, but we're not gonna talk about that. I mean, we all got our bad moments, I think, and it's not his fault. He's still a great actor. And then we jump to X-Men Days of Future Past. This was basically Fox saying, okay, we're rebooting X-Men. We said something like that in First Class 2. We set it up. Now it's gonna happen. Wolverine gets sent back in time because the Sentinels are killing the mutants and he needs to fix it before it ever happens because it's all Mystique's fault for doing stupid things. And then they use her DNA to make the Sentinels so that they can blend in. No, not blend in, so that they can copy the powers of the mutants and find the perfect counter attack to defeat them. So he gets sent back in time and he changes the timeline. That's basically what's important of this movie. So he changes timeline, he returns back, everything is normal, but you see that there is a new timeline started. Now, one thing that I want to point out that I don't quite like, if you reboot your universe, why still use the old cast? I mean, it was cool to see them and it was a nostalgic moment, but I mean, and then if you do that, and then in the next movie you're just like, well, yeah, you know what, we're just gonna use another cast. It's not how it's done, if you ask me, but I'm giving opinions again. I mean, I give too much opinions. Now, Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse. It hit the theaters today. Yeah. We can't see it, sadly. I was really looking forward to it, but after my exams are done, I will definitely go and watch it. What I think that will happen is this mutant is coming. He wants to destroy everything, basically. That's basically what Apocalypse is. He's a bit the Thanos, I think, of the X-Men universe, but not as strong or whatever. The movie is set in the 80s, so that's a cool thing too. And you get the X-Men needing to be assembled, forced to be assembled, because you see some of the teasers in the trailers that Mystique is saying, yeah, you're not students anymore, you now are X-Men. So it's like that they were preparing to become X-Men, but that they weren't ready yet or whatever, and they are forced to be X-Men. Yeah. So, and then was probably epic battles are gonna happen, but how it ends, whatever, I don't know much else what to say. So I hope this is enough for you to understand what the X-Men universe is all about, so that you can watch X-Men Apocalypse without asking questions, what the fuck am I watching? So I hope you enjoyed this video, my friends. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. It would help us out a lot. We are now at 270 subscribers, which I'm really thankful for, but I hope we grow some more, because we work really hard every day to make these videos for you. I know it's only once a week, but we still got school and that stuff. It's not easy to make more, so we really try our best. We are really busy with it. Lots of sleepless nights because of it, and it just would be nice if we got more satisfaction out of it. So if you enjoyed it, leave a like, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, my friends. Mr. Jelly is out. Goodbye. So thank you for watching our video of X-Men Apocalypse. Yeah, this is my outro again. I'm alone. It's a bit awkward to do it alone actually. I'm not really used to it anymore. I know in the beginning I used to make videos alone, but now it's kind of weird to do it anymore with the amazing team that I have now. I don't really have anything to say. Just that we're planning some vlogs to give to you guys while we're in exams and that stuff. So to give you content that you know, that we still want to entertain you even when we're busy with that, but you have to understand us that it's not that easy because school comes first. I think you can understand that. We want to graduate and get on with our lives, so yeah, school, man. And then last video in the Civil War video, I got a comment that I was a pussy for not picking sides in Civil War. Maybe the guy was right. I should pick sides, and I gave it a really good thought. And I was thinking maybe Captain America, maybe Iron Man. Before the movie, I definitely was Captain America. I told it many times, but I want to say I don't know again, but I know by now. I'm Team Iron Man actually, because you know, I feel more for Tony Stark than I feel for Captain America, because basically Captain America is just breaking all laws to help his friend. Okay, that's a cool thing to do, and it's typical Captain America, and I would do the same if I was this place. Not like that, but on the other hand, Tony Stark isn't doing anything wrong. He's just trying to help others in a more safe way. So why blaming on being the bad guy or whatever? He's just trying to do his best. And okay, the government isn't always trustworthy or whatever, but you know, sometimes you have to take risks and make sacrifices to help more people. And if the government does it well, then why not? It's not like he became the bitch of the government. I mean, we will probably see that in the next movies if whatever happens. But you know, for now I'm on Tony Stark's side, and the fact that Captain America kept the death of his parents a secret and whatever, I get why he goes mayhem on him. So I'm Team Iron Man, guys. I don't know what hate I will get or whatever, but at least you can't call me a pussy anymore for not picking sides. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Mr. Jelly's out. Goodbye.